Hello all. Alright, well, the last video was certainly a bit fiery. Yeah, it was politics, and you would expect that on a political article. This time it was about Bernie Sanders. Next time it'll probably be about either Trump or maybe even Hillary Clinton. I'm not sure yet. We'll see, and how I feel about it. But I just wanted to do a couple notes about that. Is that, first of all, I never delete anybody's messages. You know, it's politics. That's the way it is. It's ugly. It's back and forth. It's name calling. It's hate comes out. The whole thing. It's just politics, you know, and so that's just the way that is. And the second is, let's just keep it to the subject. Let's not start hating on this group and that group unless we're talking about those groups, you know. There's no need to bring up we have to hate this group and hate that group now. So thanks for all your comments on the last video. I've got links there if you wanted to check out anything I said, and click on the links that people leave. So thanks again for all the comments, and we'll get on with the next video, which is climate change update. So let's get into this. This is pretty serious. Both NOAA and NASA, NOAA's weather, NASA is also weather but space. So in December of 2015, that was the warmest December since record keeping, 1880s. Then there was this January 2016, the next month, even warmer by 1.13 degrees Celsius, putting it the hottest month ever on the planet Earth seasonally. All right, that means that this is the hottest winter month we've ever had since 1880. So what does consecutively mean? What does consecutively mean? That means that something follows and follows and follows, like 4 cars pass me by consecutively, right? So let's look at what the 5 months that have been consecutively warmer each month. January, let's start out in January of 2007, then November of 2015, then October of 2015, then December of 2015, then of course January of 2016 have all broken world records for heat during those months. And of course, this does mark the 9th consecutive month of record temperatures. Let's go over and look at this heat map. And as we're looking at it here, as you see, again, it's the oceans that have taken a lot of the heat. So the heat is still transferring from the land to the air and down into the oceans. As soon as those oceans heat up to equilibrium, then the heat stops going in the ocean and we start getting really hot. Apparently, according to this map, that hasn't happened yet, even though it sure feels like it. Though I'm enjoying this cooler weather today. We had some rain and wind overnight, and it's feeling pretty good now. So here in the US and other parts of the world, January was some of the coldest weather anywhere on the planet. Also broke some records. Between January 22nd and January 24th here in the US, 58 people were killed from severe cold weather. $2 billion worth of damage from the weather. Broken pipes, that sort of thing. So also Taiwan saw some of its coldest weather and wiped out a lot of its agriculture. So they're going to have some troubles trying to feed their people for the first time in some time. El Nino is still strong. It's slightly lowering. It's still trying to struggle along, but it's run out of water heat for right now. So more heat has to build up before the El Nino can continue. But it certainly isn't favoring dying down yet and turning into La Nina. And let's talk about Arctic ice, the thickness. This year we've seen the lowest ice thickness ever in the Arctic seas. And unfortunately we've seen temperatures in the Arctic 6 degrees Celsius above normal. That's 13 degrees above normal Fahrenheit. Now here's something that might depress you, but it is what it is. Here's a list of the heat records so far. Okay, one more note. The reason I do my videos on the bicycle is because I don't really have that much time, so my exercise time, I bring the camera along and do my videos then. I know a lot of people can't stand cyclists and so on, but not all of them are bad. Not all of them go through red lights and so on and so forth. I'm a driver too, don't worry. I understand the frustrations of a bicycle, but I see far more car drivers going through stoplights and stop signs than I do the bicyclist. You know, it may be just where I happen to drive and that sort of thing. But so I have a new program, as you know, a new video program, and I'm just learning how to use it. That's why some of the stuff looks a little strange. I'll get used to using it. There's a big learning curve. And for those that just can't stand me, I have a suggestion. Go buy a cheap, inexpensive camera. You can get one for about $90 and start your own blog. Almost every blogger out there started with a cheap camera using Movie Maker and made a success out of themselves with that. You know, about the first 10 videos on this series was made just that way, and I stayed with the cheap camera just recently until I had to upgrade because of it was just too outdated. There's a lot of cameras out there on the market now, cheap because of the 4K situation. Most cameras are upgrading to 4K, so you can go get the good expensive cameras for hardly anything now because they're outdated, but they're perfectly good for YouTube videos and for taking great pictures. And so anyway, that's my suggestion. Go out, and you've got the YouTube channel already. All you got to do is get through the learning curve, and that's why I say go with a cheap, inexpensive camera and use the software on your computer and see what you can do with it. If you can make your own videos, you know, and just go at it. All right, guys, until next time.